Okay.
All right.
Hey.
Am I opening?
Yes, you could open.
Okay. Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god. Like that
Tasty.
inhale was crazy. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 12
We
of
made it.
Contrary. We made it, guys. We're
Hallelujah.
so glad to see you here. We are ready to pass this hour together with you. So settle in, grab a snack. Unless you're driving, then focus on the road. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Nicole, I think you're on
Yes.
question of the day.
I do have a question of the day. So
Okay.
the day that this episode comes out, it will be March 31st, right?
Mhm.
So March 31st is actually National Crayon Day. Who knew? So my question for you is there a school project that you remember really enjoying?
Oh, I love this question. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a negative Nancy, so I will talk about one that I enjoyed. But first, I want to talk about how I was robbed
Oh,
because I never got the chance to do a planet project. I so badly
interesting.
wanted to do the styrofoam
Yeah, yeah.
planet solar system project with glitter and paint and spray paint and
Yeah.
just like I wanted to do was I think it's called a diorama. I
I think
wanted
so,
to do
yeah.
one so badly and I saw you do one and so I was like, bet, like
Yeah.
I'm next, let's go. Like I wanted to do my own from
Very
scratch and I
cool.
never got a chance to do one and I multiple times in my adult life have considered doing one just because, but then like where would I put it? It feels so wasteful, especially because styrofoam takes forever to break down in the environment. So it doesn't feel very
Facts.
responsible, but like
Yeah.
I never got to do one. One of my
Aw.
favorite school projects though, I did have to do a diorama of a ecosystem. So like there was the taiga and then there was the tundra, then there was like you had to like
Oh.
and we went to Michael's and had a blast finding like the fake grass. I had the tundra. And
Okay.
so the animals that live in the tundra and the little trees, it
Why
was
do I
just
feel
so
like I
much fun
remember
building that
this?
little diagram. You have to have because it was the animals came in a tube and it was
Okay.
like that. We got really lucky actually. Like that environment, ecosystem, like they had a tube.
Had a
And
theme.
so I bought
Yeah.
the tube, yeah, the theme, and then I bought like the little fake moss for the grass, and it was just so much fun putting
Oh,
it
I
together.
love
And I
that.
think that somewhere deep inside of me is, you know, those people who make miniature scenes and miniature figurines?
Yes.
Like that's an
Yeah.
actual hobby. I feel like somewhere lying
Yeah.
dormant or in another universe, that's my thing because I had
Yes.
so much fun making it and like wanted to do more. But yeah, no planets, but I was
Wow.
able to do the frozen tundra and it was a lot of fun.
Frozen Tundra.
What about
That's
you? Did you have a
amazing.
favorite project?
All I know is that I really enjoyed art class.
Mm.
I remember art class being just like it felt like a exhale of a
Mm.
part of my day. Like, for some
Yeah.
reason, when I think of art class, I don't know why, but I shoot to, the school I went to for elementary school, which was,
Hmm.
a school of the arts.
Yes.
And so I remember for some reason my head goes back to, like, sitting in that class, and, like, I see the
Mm.
windows, I feel like I can smell the glue. It's
Yeah.
weird, like, little memories that come to my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I remember always liking working with, watercolor, even though it was frustrating.
Mm. Oh, I couldn't stand what. Stay in your place. I couldn't stand watercolor.
Stay in your place. Loves working with watercolor. Um,
Uh,
Not a school art project,
mhm.
but a project that we did a lot as a family was every spring, mom would buy the wooden bird houses
Mm.
and we would paint bird houses like every year and we would put them
Every single
outside
year.
and see like
Yes.
and the birds would come and they would make their little house, get little eggs and then get a little bird, little tweet tweet, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So it was really nice. So we got to like just, experiment with color and mom always killed it because she low
She always
key
ate down and our
kind of
stuff. What did
fast.
dad used to call them circus crack houses if they didn't look good. His own. He would self-deprecate but never talk about our own.
Adorable.
But
Circus
yeah, mom
crack.
would always body hers. And she would also take like 3 days. Like it would
Yeah,
be
she
like
would take her
cuz she was like I'm going to
time.
let this layer dry and then do this layer.
I didn't have
We
the
would just be
patience.
like, "Nah, I need to finish this today.
Right.
Expeditiously it needs to be done." But I
Seriously.
forgot about though. I didn't forget
Yeah.
about them when you brought it up. I was thinking school. I wasn't thinking life.
I know.
Yeah,
No, in
paint with
general,
your
I
kids.
asked about school, so but I think of things from life. I also remember. Do you remember how obsessed I used to be with sequins? Which is probably why I'm wearing this part.
Oh, My God. We
We
used
would
to go to this fabric store with mom to get stuff for projects, costumes, all this. And there would be so many sequins on the floor of the store that literally Nicole for the whole excursion would just be like on the
searching.
floor
I'm searching for the
picking them
sequins.
up with her finger because you know how they kind of stick to your finger
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
just
I need to find the sparkles. Bring me them all.
and mom was probably like, at least they're occupied. Like, and I was with you because I always wanted to be with my sisters. I was like,
Yeah, facts.
whatever. Like, I guess
Mhm.
we're looking for sequins today.
I love sequins. I don't. And now
Wild
that I think about
behavior.
it, no idea what I did with them. They had
No,
no
it
purpose.
was just like it was the adventure of finding them. I think
Yep.
you were a gatherer.
I'm a gatherer. Yes, I'm not much of a hunter. I'm a gatherer. I have
Yeah, what
sequins.
did they do? I don't even remember them
I don't
making it to
know.
the house.
Me neither. Me neither. I had to have put
You
them in
hate to
like a
see it.
plastic bag and just stuffed them somewhere. Like
Just charged it.
I have no idea what I did with them at all.
Somewhere in a landfill, they're like, oh,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
kidnapped for nothing. Hmm.
yeah. So sorry, guys.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, those are the kind of the things that I think about. So I figured, like, what were some
I
things
love
that stuck in
that.
your head?
That's a good question. That was like really
Yeah.
nostalgic for me. I
Oh
love it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, make
glad.
art with your friends and your children and your all the stuff because you don't know what type of memories will stick with them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do pottery classes and stuff with friends and
Mm.
want to be more intentional about creating things with people as a part of spending time together.
And you, okay?
Okay.
Didn't you used to do? You had a hobby a little while back of the adult coloring books, yeah?
Oh, I tear those up. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I have an illness, which is frequently, I'm into adult
Mhm.
coloring books. I'll add some pictures to here. I think I eat down. They're okay. They're fine. I've seen some incredible stuff, but yeah, I'm a big fan of like the geometric adult coloring books. I hopped on that trend and I never hopped off. We're still
Yep.
there. We're still
Still
on the
there. I
train.
love it. Like for me, you know
Oh
how
yeah.
some people, speaking of National Crown Day, you know how some people are just like they like, oh, they open that new box of crayons and it's like
Oh, the smell.
for me
Only
though,
Crayolas though.
yeah, only Crayola. But for me though, it's colored pencils for me. Yes.
Really? The
Oh
sound of them click
my
click click. There are my color pencils
gosh.
right here. I use those when I do my coloring books, and
Yeah.
they live in my office here.
And they're so
So good.
sharp. There's something about freaking
Colored
color
pencils.
pencils
It just
that
gets
make
you
me
going.
so happy. Yeah, and then
Do
they're
you
all
remember the
together.
giant Disney princess book we had, where we had to color in all
I
the
do.
princesses?
Oh my
It was
gosh.
big enough to lay on it on the floor. Like we
Oh my
really, I need to
gosh,
find
I
that. I like want to
forgot
do that again. Yeah.
about that. Yo. I can't wait for my little
Ah.
bear to be ready to
Yeah,
color
big
because
enough
I
to
will
do
be
the
right
stuff.
there. Yes.
No, yeah, Crayola only though, because what did my husband come home with? Some
Oh.
type of Crayart or Royart, something. And I was like, where did you get the? I've never been so elitist in my life about
Budget.
something so trivial. But I was like, why would you go to a store and come back with this when there had to have been Crayola there also? And in his mind, colored pencils are colored pencils, but I was like,
No,
this
no, no,
is
no.
garbage. Throw it into the fire.
Get it out of here. Get it out.
Oh God. Okay. So
Amazing. Yeah.
thank you for that question. We got to keep
Mhm.
it pushing, and I have to
Yes.
put you on to something.
Yay!
Now, this is a put you on for the listeners because Nicole, you know about this already. This is not
Okay.
new.
Okay.
I'm trying to put you on to another show. So last show I talked to you about was Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix.
Mm.
This is another Netflix show that you need to watch called Physical 100.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Yes. I was hoping you were going to, I don't know why, but I was like,
Let me
oh
tell
my
you
gosh,
something.
she's got to talk about it. Yes, please do. Tell the people.
So Physical 100 is a Korean show that puts 100 contestants, men and women, together to see who is the most physically adept to handle all challenges, right? So the goal of this is kind of to see there's not really a hypothesis, but it's an open question of who has the best
Mm,
physique in terms
yeah.
of what activities, what sport offers the most athletic person when they're at the
Mm,
height of their existence. So
yeah.
you will have 100 people, men and women. I don't know if there's an even split. I feel like there's more men than women, but it feels
Seems
pretty
like it.
even when watching it.
Yeah.
That are all called to this giant room. And the room is filled with castings of their torsos, right? And their names on a placard below. So when you walk into the room as a
Mhm.
contestant, you have to find yourself and stand by your torso. And the first episode is literally just people filing into the room. A lot of these people know each other because they're in the same career. And you'll
Mhm.
have bodybuilders, fitness influencers, cheerleaders, K-pop idols,
Mhm.
UFC MMA fighters, arm
Mhm.
wrestling champions,
Sumo wrestlers.
firefighters, sumo wrestlers, like all
Yeah.
different body types, all different walks of life and different levels of athleticism here
Yeah.
to compete. And the challenges are really equalizing because the first challenge and the first season was just hanging off of something, and it was like a mental endurance thing. So the rock climbers ate down and the heavy bodybuilders were
Gone.
murked. This season, the first episode is a running challenge. So the
That
people
was
who were doing track and
insane.
field were killing it. And a lot of the fitness influencers who don't do a lot of cardio murked.
Mhm.
And so there
Merked.
are team competitions, there are one-on-one battles, and it is just so amazing
So
to see.
engaging.
One, the diversity of Koreans is really cool because it's majority
Mm.
Koreans, but you have a couple foreigners that are in there. There's always one black person. Every
Always one.
season so far, there's been one black
Yep.
guy.
Always one.
So there's always like one or two white guys in there too. Like they
Yep.
had a white baseball player,
Last
from
season.
that was like playing in Korea last season.
Yeah.
And it's just you can watch it dubbed in English or subbed. When I'm kind of having in the background, I dub it so I can still listen. But when I'm actively watching, I like to hear the sound of people's voices.
Yeah.
And it is such an engaging show because it teaches you it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's fun to watch. The people are respectful and kind. There's no BS drama like they do on American shows. It's Korean, so it's very straightforward. It
Mhm.
is well made, well filmed, and I'm obsessed with the
Obsessed.
guy from the first season who has to be at least 50 years old. And he comes in this
Oh, I
suit.
remember him. Yeah, he was great. Everybody was like,
He's incredible.
"Is that him?"
Incredible. So a lot of people have respect for these people because they're nationally known athletes. And so
Yeah.
Physical 100 is one of the most engaging shows I've seen come out of Netflix in a really, really long time. The second season is premiering now. I
Mhm.
highly recommend you check it out. Ugh.
So I tried to get my husband to watch the second season with me.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
He fell asleep.
No?
He fell asleep, and
Well,
he got up. Look, guys, here's the thing. Now we said that the show is South Korean, right?
yeah.
So they like to stretch things a little bit, right? Everything is stretched to its full full
You're
full
going to see the
dramatics.
reaction 6 times before you see the thing.
Okay, you're gonna see, you're gonna hear it 3 times, and then be like, "What are they reacting to?" And then you'll see what happens. And also, we got to a point. Michael's like, "Are we just gonna watch people go into a room for are we really gonna see all 100 of these people coming to the?"
It's a lot of transitions. It's 100 people, okay? But that's just at the beginning.
But you don't see all 100 people coming to the room.
No.
But
It feels long though.
we live for the dramatics, okay? We live for the people in the room
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
each other, seeing the obstacle course or whatever that they're competing in.
Mhm.
I tried.
Mhm.
I really did. I tried. So what I learned, what I'm gonna have to do with him is, as I watch it, is bring him in to watch like when the challenges actually start,
Yeah,
and not all
the
the
challenge is like
filler,
30% of the episode.
right. But boy, me and you had a blast watching that last
Blast.
season because we watched it together last year. Ugh,
Mhm.
it was absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
It was incredible
Ugh,
to see. Yeah, and because
so
we
good.
Netflix partied it, right? So we were
Yes,
watching
we
it together.
did.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
we were
Oh my
so into
god.
it. I mean, so many times we were like, episode would end, we would be like, I mean, we gonna have to
One
just go
more
ahead
because
and
it's a
watch the
cliffhanger.
next one
Yeah, like I don't have
every
anywhere to
time.
go.
Cliffhangers
So
kill
might as well. Yeah, it's full of short kings
me.
and incredible queens doing the work. Yeah, we talked about I love a good short king. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So it is a really, really good show. Highly recommend. So much
Yes,
fun.
so
So much
good.
fun.
That was a
Oh my
great one. I
god.
was really hoping you would bring that one up. I was like, oh, fingers crossed.
You felt it in your spirit. I was
I
like,
did.
I have to talk about this show. It's so good.
So
I can't believe it's not taking over the world like Squid
good.
Game. Like it should be Squid Game level popular. Like it's
Yeah.
that good and engaging.
It
But
needs to be
hey,
taken, like, across the world, like, in different countries have
everywhere
Physical
but the
100.
United States, I will watch because the US is
Oh,
gonna find a way to mess it up.
actually, you're right.
There's gonna be drama and
You're
love
right.
stories. It's gonna be too much.
It's too
It's gonna be
much.
too. What country would you like to see do a physical 100? I have my
Country?
answer.
Don't know. Continent? Okay, calm down. Um, I just wanna see Africa, bruh.
Oh,
I
imagine the
wanna
whole
see the
continent
best
pulling
of the
up.
best of the homeland.
Oh
Okay?
man,
I Yeah, we need to see it. We can you I
yo,
mean, because I mean,
nah,
we're
that
some
would
of
be
the best
insane.
athletes,
Period.
period.
Full stop.
Mm, so
Not us
I must,
individuals, but as a unit.
as a unit together,
As a
you know what I
unit.
mean? Yeah, I'm getting, I can walk a little bit and not be
It's fine.
tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see just like the continent of Africa come
Mm.
together. And it'll probably have to be held in like South Africa or something. But
Yeah, so like Nigeria, somewhere with like the
yeah,
infrastructure.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, if there could just be like just one season, just like one Pacific Islander season. Listen, hear me. Let me cook. Just one. I don't need a show. Give me like 3 special episodes and I'm out.
I'm
But
done.
but like but like it needs to
Yeah,
happen. It needs to
yeah.
happen.
That would be
But we'll see.
sick.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Good one. Good one, babe.
Okay.
Good one.
Speaking of the world,
Get
what
another
we got
one.
next?
Boom, 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 boom. Time for
It's time for
GeoNews.
GeoNews.
All right. So I had the city La Paz, Bolivia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, honestly, not too much going on, but there is something that they're kind of dealing with right now in the moment, and that is
Okay.
um heavy rains are affecting everything down there right now.
Mm.
So it says in Bolivia, heavy rains prompt authorities to declare a state of emergency. Heavy rain in Bolivia's capital, La Paz, help me, Lord, prompted authorities to declare a state of emergency. A government document showed on Sunday after overflowing rivers destroyed many houses over the weekend.
Okay.
Bolivian President Luis Arce can't be Arce. That's an interesting last name. Arce,
Arce?
it might be, but
ARCE?
it doesn't have an accent. Yeah.
Maybe that's like an indigenous. They have a really high indigenous population down there, so maybe it's just
Oh,
something that's out of my
yeah,
wheelhouse.
really
Okay,
interesting.
but
Anyway, President Luis pledged to send heavy machinery and 3,000 troops to prevent further damage, according to the document. Heavy rains caused flooding in several neighborhoods and isolated parts of the city by cutting water, electricity, and roads. We are
hmm,
deeply concerned by the difficult situation that our municipality in La Paz is going through, he said in a social post on social media platform X. One person died over the weekend in La Paz because of the
hmm,
heavy rains, while nearly 50 people have died across the country since the rainy season began in January.
mm,
And that's the
mm.
end. Yeah. So
Good lord.
I mean, first of all, the pictures from this city are beautiful.
No,
They're
it's
like
insane.
they got a mountain, like, right there, and then it's just the buildings right below, and especially,
It's
like, the
gorgeous.
pictures I've seen from, like, sunset or, like, nighttime,
Hmm.
it's just like, oh
Yeah, the connection to the earth and the sky and the water and the mountains in
my god.
indigenous folklore and religion, it just
Yeah.
like it makes sense when you go there. It's like, yeah, I'd probably worship this
Something
too.
s something sweet about is that a llama? You know what? Imma move past it.
Probably,
Um,
probably.
but it's gorgeous, and so I
Wow.
don't
No,
know
is
if
I
it's
think it's one of the highest elevations in the world. Like, when you go there, you have to
oh,
take a day and, like, take meds before you can walk around the
oh,
city because you will get, like, was it altitude sickness?
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. They're built different down there. Built different.
Dang, yo, that's crazy.
So, about the
Yeah.
water, it's ironic because there is a movie that I had to watch in school, and I'll link it below. It's a true story about, like, the water wars that were happening, in Bolivia. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure it's Bolivia, and how the access to fresh water wasn't really there because you had to like pretty much pay for water, and that was the only source. Like, there was no turning on the tap. Like, drinkable water was paid for, and so there was price
Mm,
gouging, and the people had to. So it's very ironic that you have these like heavy rains happening. It's like, what kind of
yeah.
water? Our relationship with
Mm,
water is a little like complicated.
yeah,
Um,
interesting.
Dang.
Didn't know
And
that.
also, I don't know. I'm not a politician, so I don't know. But sending the troops, is this for like removal? Is this for like what are they gonna
It might just be honestly, it might
do?
just be,
Support?
aid. It might just be aid, crisis aid,
Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let me see, because oh, no, wrong article. Yeah. Also troop. That word always confused me because I'm like 3,000 troops. So is a troop one person? Are you a troop? You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
always confused the crap out of me. I'm like
I never thought
3,000.
about that before.
Oh, I think about it all the time. Every time it's like 3,000 troops, I'm like, so is a
So is this
singular person?
20,000 people? Like, what is
Or is it actually just
interesting.
3,000 people?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they don't
so
reply to, do they refer to themselves as I'm a troop?
no,
They say I'm a part of a troop.
maybe. Do they?
Whoa.
I don't know.
I don't
Help us.
know. Yeah,
Comment.
help.
Comment
Any
below.
troops out there? Any true pie?
To play it. Yeah, no, it just says 3,000 troops to prevent further damage. So,
Gotcha.
yes.
Oh god. Well, I hope that like the death toll stays low. The
Yeah.
ideal is 0 for the
Right.
rainy season, but oh my
I just
gosh.
can't imagine. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what's going on out of Bolivia right now. They're struggling
Whoa.
with that. Yeah.
Oh man. What is my news? What is my news? Okay. I also struggled to find news.
Ah.
So my location was Lithuania.
Mm.
And what I was able to find about Lithuania is that currently all the news is all Russia, Ukraine because of
Got you.
proximity. They
Yeah.
are in support of Ukraine. And so there's a lot of like espionage happening back and forth. And
Mm.
there's a lot. It was like, I don't have the mental capacity for that. But I did find an article and I'll ask a follow up question.
Okay.
So the article reads, I know I took a picture of this. Hold on. Okay. The title says, No Country for Old Men? Happiness Report hints at well-being gap between young and elderly Lithuanians. The article obviously had been translated from another language to English because it was not incomprehensible. I was like, "This is you. You know when you're reading something that's been translated, you're like,
Yes.
I understand the individual words, but what are we saying?"
Mhm.
Um, so pretty much they were saying that Finland is always number one of like the
Always.
happiest,
They got it
and
again
then
this year.
again this year.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Mhm.
So, but they were also saying that on that list, young Lithuanians, I guess they divided by age,
Okay.
like went up the ranks with happiness, or
Really?
older Lithuanians went down. So there was an increased gap of happiness.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so does that my question is, does that surprise you? Because for me, I go back and
Yeah.
forth. For me, it's like, okay, yes, but young people, and maybe this is from an American lens, tend to be like more stressed
Yes.
because it's just like life is ahead of you and there are all these pressures, and young people are in school or they're in the peak of their careers and work and the peak of parenthood, where older folks are
Mm.
just kind of like, especially in countries like Lithuania that are pretty liberal, chilling. So that like
Yeah.
that fascinates me. Or I'm like, or are they sad because like they're like dying? We all are, but like when it gets
Right.
closer, like I don't know. So does it surprise you that the older folks in Lithuania are sadder than the younger folks?
It does. That also I'll come back to that because that also brings to mind something that you said about stress levels. An article just came out recently that exposed, like, I don't know how they measured it, but somehow they calculated which states in the United States were
Uh-oh.
the most stressed.
Oh God.
And so I've got to find it again, but all I know is that number one, and it was like, what in top 10 states are the most stressed? And no, California and New York did not make the list. And I was like, huh?
Yeah, I figured that was too easy actually, because New
Yeah.
York State is huge and the state of California is huge, so it's kind of like
Yeah. But Tennessee was ranked number one as the most stressed.
unhappy.
Yep. And Alabama was second.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I have to bring the article up again.
Yeah,
Um
because I want to know the happiest. Probably like Vermont or something, or like Maine, or just
yeah,
like
I'm curious too because I wonder what they said. I'm gonna try to find it while I'm talking. Um,
Mm,
but what I think about, and I also feel like I just read an article about how um the young people are the most unhappy.
yeah,
I think just
it's
because of
rough out here,
the
y'all.
stressors
It's
and
rough.
yeah. And so yeah, when you said that the old, I don't know what that could be contributed to. Maybe it could be a situation where um young, maybe they're in their study, young is millennial? I'm not sure what your article
People who are a
said.
little bit more stable. Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
just now coming into their, like, political power and,
Mm.
like, actually gaining some control
Oh yeah, because
where
they actually elect people their age out there. Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
that part.
Mm,
I wonder what that's like.
imagine. Mm.
Yeah, and so I wonder if it's just a case of the older people feeling like they don't have control anymore, so they're a little bit unhappy.
Mm.
I don't that's the first thing that I thought of.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
need answers. It's not in the article, y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Eh, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Let me
Hmm.
see.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, we feel free to pause and search for it. That's why editing exists.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I found it. Okay.
Nice.
So, residents of these 10 states are the most stressed out in America. New York and California didn't make the cut. So this was published on the 3rd of March.
Okay.
So, a couple weeks ago. So it says more than a quarter of adults, I'll skip around, say that most days they are stressed and out they are so stressed out it's hard to function, according to the
Mm.
American Psychology Association's Stress in America poll. While some stress is normal and can be good for you, once stress reaches a chronic level, it can cause health problems, insomnia,
Yep.
anxiety, high blood pressure, and a weakened immune system. Um, click continue reading. Okay. So here's your answer. Utah
Okay.
is the happiest state.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to theorize in my head
Yeah.
about
Me
how
too.
it's super homogenous, and when you don't have to think about certain things like social economics and how like racism is like in every part of our society, and when you don't have to think about it, you're less stressed out
Oh yeah.
because you're in a homogenous bit. Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
Um. So key. So wellness brand. Blah blah blah. Creating ranking of the most and least stressed states in America. The company compared U.S. states based on 16 key indicators,
Hmm.
including hours worked, credit
Mm-hmm.
card debt,
Mm-hmm.
divorce rates, commute
Mm.
times, and more.
Wow.
Key indicators were grouped similarities and boiled down to four main categories: money stress, work stress, health stress, and family stress.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it
uh,
said, let me read the list of the top 10. So let me go backwards from 10, right? So go number 10 went to Indiana,
mm-hmm.
9, West Virginia. This is most stressed.
Mm.
8, Arizona, 7, Georgia, 6, South Carolina, 5, Nevada, 4, Louisiana, 3, Oklahoma,
Hmm.
2, Alabama, and 1, Tennessee.
What's going on in Tennessee, y'all?
I don't know.
Yo, it's interesting too to see that it's significant. It's the Midwest and it's the Southeast to be
Yeah.
specific. In the US, our country is not like a top, middle, bottom. It's like there's 6 different parts. Wow.
Yeah. So
Y'all.
interesting stuff out there, guys.
Shout out to Ruby Falls in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
What a random shout.
As soon as you said Tennessee, that's the first thing I thought of. It's such a core memory visiting
It
as a
is.
child. It has
That
nothing
was
to
a
do with this
time.
show.
Oh man, shout out to
Shout out to
Ruby
the
Falls.
falls.
Uh, if
Not
you
even
are
like a person,
like, it's
and
a
not even like a
destination.
neighborhood. It's just
Nope.
a okay.
Yep, if you are claustrophobic, don't go there.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. But oh, the mashed potatoes though. So there's rock formations
Mashed
in
potatoes.
the corridors leading up to Ruby Falls. And rock formations sometimes look like stuff. And so as you're walking towards the actual main event of the waterfall, there are little like clusters and they have them labeled like a pencil. And there's one that it's in my brain. It's steak and mashed potatoes. And y'all, it
Yes,
looks
state. That's what
just
it
like
was.
steak and mashed
That
potatoes.
was crazy. God was doing
It
something with
blew
that.
my
He said,
mind.
"How about this?"
Right? Like, that's so hilarious to me that, like, when I think about Ruby Falls, first, when I think about Tennessee, I think of Ruby Falls. Then I
Oh my
think of the
goodness.
steak and mashed potatoes. Then it's the waterfall. Like,
Wow.
it just stole the show. It stole the show.
He's thinking mashed potato, potato, potato.
Oh,
Okay. I don't
God.
know why that popped in my head because I have a kid.
Potato.
Potato,
Was that the
potato.
Wiggles?
Yep.
That's not the Wiggles, is it? That
Potato,
is the Wiggles. Have
potato.
you seen the purple Wiggle?
Hey,
So,
no
anyway,
comment.
I'll move on.
What do we say? You said anyway. I said no comment. Same time.
Nothing to say there. Look it up yourself. Look it up yourself. The
Yay.
purple wiggle. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are we chit chatting about today? We had some carryover from last episode, right?
That's right. Okay, so this I wanted to ask. Ew, all of a sudden I've got a little accent.
Ooh, in
Ew.
it. Shout out to Princess Kate. Get
That
well
was
soon.
so forceful. Like, why are you so
Oh god.
Oh, my spirit. Okay, so the question that I wanted to talk about this time
Mhm.
is what is something out of your comfort zone that you did or tried that you learned you actually enjoyed? All right. So, Faith, I want you to
Yeah.
go first.
So I needed you to see these notes because I had to do a pro con.
What? Oh,
I've been
I
You
can't
messed
wait.
up and gave me time to think. So okay.
Okay, go ahead. Oh
I'll
Lord.
start with my main idea and then I'll diverge.
Okay.
So, the thing that I tried that I didn't think that I would like, but ended up really enjoying it, nuance there, was visiting West Virginia.
Okay.
So, Nicole,
Okay.
you know about this trip, but there's
Yeah.
some pieces that you might not. I feel like you know it. I don't know. Let me know if there's something where you're like, that's a
Okay. Because
surprise.
you definitely told me some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have very complex feelings about mission trips. Hence why I don't
Mm.
go on them. That's a conversation for another day. I do,
Yeah.
however, feel comfortable engaging in service trips,
Mm.
serving people and leaving with no
Mm.
ulterior motive.
Mm.
So, I had the opportunity to go with a community service group I've been working with locally to deep into Appalachia, which, for folks who don't have the context, stereotypically, Appalachia is a place that is full of usually poorer white folks with less education, less resources.
Mhm.
There's a particular accent that is often referred to there too. Truthfully, it is much more complex and diverse from that, but just knowing that information and me walking in the world as a Black woman going into that environment would be helpful to know.
Yeah.
Um, so I was there for, I want to say 4 days, maybe 5 days,
Wow.
with an organization that focuses on providing people with shoes internationally and locally. And so I'll start with the pros of
Okay.
the service trip. So the pro was that, and I will die on this hill, West Virginia has to be one of the most beautiful states in the country.
Wow.
I've never experienced, it felt like driving through, you know that scene in Avatar when they go to Pandora and there's like floating mountains
Yeah.
and like waterfalls coming out of the mountains? That's what it looked like. It was
Wow.
the most beautiful. Once we got out of my hometown and closer to, this was like a 3-hour drive, right under 3 hours. The
Oh, that's not bad at
silence,
all.
it's so close, so close.
Oh.
The silence and the peace and the greenery and the fresh water
Mm.
dripping down the mountains. A lot of times people didn't have running water
Ugh.
in their homes. People were out with gallons on the side of the mountain getting their fresh water and just taking it home. Like crispy, fresh. The weather was beautiful. It was like a quiet but not a creepy quiet. It wasn't a lot of wildlife either. It was just breeze and creeks. It's
Mhm.
very mountainous, and so the landscape is like there's a lot of gorges and what they call hollers, which is a space between two mountains where people live. There's houses speckled in
Wow.
those valleys and sometimes along the mountain.
Wow.
Um, it was the most beautiful. Like I didn't have any words. I was just looking out the window, like, what happened? I was just on like Highway 85, and now like I'm on
Yeah.
Pandora. Like what happened?
Wow.
Um, it was also really interesting to be that close to that level of poverty.
Mm.
I think everyone should experience it just once because you can know about it, you can read about it, you can study it like I do, but being in it
Mm.
was insane. Um, Literally seeing people not have shoes, not
Yeah.
have running water. There was a lot of a pandemic epidemic of like meth usage, and so just like a lot of people with like no teeth and have like lost their families, lost their jobs, living off of
Mm.
government assistance if they can get it, and a
Yeah.
huge generational gap. So young people have left. It's like people 60 and up.
Ah. Wow.
And this city is Gary, West Virginia. There's a lot of work done. It's one of, if not the poorest city in the United States, a couple hours from where I live.
Mm.
So it was just a huge learning experience for me. The
Mm.
cons
Oh, Lord.
were the logistics. So outside of like, I would say 3 to 4 people on the trip that were a little bit closer to my age and had a little bit more of a diverse, group of friends and just lifestyle that they lived. I felt very comfortable. They made sure I felt comfortable. I was so grateful for them.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the majority of the people on the trip were women like 70, white Southern Christian women 70 and up.
Oh, fun.
So the microaggressions were microaggressing with no malicious intent, but still something I had to navigate and deal with. The place where we stayed was an abandoned high school
That's right.
that had been turned into lodging for folks who come through and do service trips. And y'all, the place had to have been haunted. I'm talking like it's one of those old high schools from like the 1920s where it's all one giant building, multi-floor, all brick, kind of looks like a castle, and just a giant stairwell and the initial entrance, and then just hallways.
Oh, no.
So we stayed in one. We
Nope.
stayed in one of the rooms.
Nope.
I
No,
was
no, no,
hearing
no.
sounds.
Somebody was up there riding
I
around
was
on a
seeing
tricycle.
figures. I was hearing footsteps. I was hearing voices.
Little bell.
Nicole,
Clink, 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 clink. There's somebody riding around on a
Nicole,
tricycle, little kid.
Nicole. I saw all the things, right? There was paint peeling off the walls. There had to have been lead in the area. There had to have been lead
Oh,
because this is an old construction.
that's
And
best.
I'm with a lot of women who are much older than me. So I'm
Mm.
seeing their health decline night by night.
Stop playing
Night by
with me,
night.
bruh.
We slept in a giant room of bunk beds, like metal frame bunk beds, like one bathroom. It was a lot. Like I literally at the beginning of every morning, I'd wake up before the sun, too scared to move. Too scared to move because I've seen things. So I have to wait till sunrise to get up and then go to the bathroom. And I want to be respectful of my elders because usually they need to go more urgently. So I try to be in and out, and be up early. And so then I'd get up, I'd go downstairs, and it was also very humid. Like you'll be walking through and it's AC, 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 and then like boom, AC cuts out in the hallway in that part that you're in. And you can feel the air and you can just feel the mold. And then boom, you'd
Oh,
be back in the AC. Like there would
no,
be patches. So that's happening in my body. And then I
I'm
have to like
choking.
then eat. And I have to eat because I'm gonna be on pit and pat outside all day and I'm not gonna pass out. So then we eat, we do like a morning devotional, a prayer, and then we go out and serve. I will be so ready to go outside because I'd be like, I don't know how much more I can inhale, dog. Like
You're like, I
it
have
was
the
intense.
spores in there in my
You
body.
can you know what I'm talking about? Smell of like, yo, this is not
Yeah, no,
it.
yeah. What
And
okay,
just trying to be so respectful.
what vehicle did y'all arrive in? Was it like a bus?
So one of the groups, the larger group, rode up in a van. I was in it was like a Honda CRV, like a pilot sitch,
Oh,
with
okay.
like two of the other group leaders and one of their partners. And so the commute up and down, I was so grateful that they were like, "Yeah, come in the car with us." I was like, I didn't want to ask, but thank you.
I'm done.
And then on the way back, same thing. I was like, "Yeah, why don't we just ride back the same way that we came, please?" And my ride with them was actually helpful because they gave me the space to decompress everything I was experiencing while I was there, which is really,
Mm.
really cool because they were watching me and seeing stuff happen. Like we did a cleanup at a gentleman's yard and he had like blackface lawn jockeys on his yard. And like I saw them and just kind of had to like just put it away for a second to just help this gentleman because his house was literally falling apart. Roof was inside the living room falling apart. So we built him a new roof, cleaned up his yard, like, and these lawn jockeys are there just like staring at me.
What was his
Um,
demeanor like? Was he like
he was chilling. He was like,
okay.
well, the crazy part is like that weird tension of like these old white people like aren't gonna want me here. Everybody was vibing. I knew that racism was there because even there was segregation. There was a black high school and there was a white high school. Like those structures are still there.
Mm,
But when interacting with the people, they literally didn't care. Like I didn't get that weird energy. I was fine. But I was like, you still
mm.
have this stuff in your lawn because so it has permeated the society. But like, I
Yeah.
also sprained my ankle that day, so like I couldn't work for the second half of the day. And then the final con, because I need to shut up about this, but this trip was insane. So the lawn jockeys, I'm decompressing where I can, but still like dealing with all these microaggressions. I'm not comfortable. I'm not sleeping well. I'm not eating what I should. The last day comes and we don't have any service projects. And so they're like, let's take a tour to the mines because this city was a huge mining town. And
Got
then
you.
when things shifted in the economy, just people left and drove. And this was an international mining town. Many presidents had stayed in this town. So there was like this tour guide, and he was like, had long hair, and like, I know the bottom of his feet had to be dirty. He was one of those guys.
That's
And
scary.
so he was like, I'll take you on a tour. Let's go to one of the mines where you can actually crawl inside. It's one of the few that's still open. And so he was like starting the tour. He called a guy and the guy told him like, hey, the main entrance is closed. Like you can't walk up the main trail. He was like, it's okay. I know a scenic route.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm injured. So I'm gonna be in the pilot. I'm gonna be in the Honda. Text me if you need anything. Have fun. Girl, why did two
Jesus.
people get hurt?
No. Oh,
These are my elders.
no.
You were not gonna drag my elders through the woods like this. You were not.
I know scenic ground.
I know, like, no, it's like in West Virginians don't play about their property. They were cutting through people's yards,
Oh, no, no, no,
like
no, no,
people's
no, no.
property.
No, 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 no,
Right.
no, no,
I'm
no.
gonna stay in I'm gonna be in the car. I'm gonna be in the car icing my ankle because I've had enough. I can't. I can't. So as much as I learned, I
Mm.
also learned about myself and how
Mhm.
I operate in my greatness and where I just need to kind of pull back and be like, actually, no, I'm not going to participate in that. But I'm
Yep.
so glad that I tried and went because now I know.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about my elders. I had some
Wow.
really healthy conversations. But yeah, So West
Wow.
Virginia was the thing that I didn't think that I would enjoy, but I went, and I'm glad I did.
Wild.
I don't think it'll see me again for a little while though.
Do you remember any of the microaggressions that you're talking about?
Oh yeah, just asking about my hair. I was really young, and people like asking if I had kids already, which was kind of like a weird thing. And just the general surprise at how I carry myself, the references that I know, how educated I am, and just the
Mm,
an, a different variations of being like, "Oh, you're so smart." Just
yeah.
a lot of that, and it's like, "Oof," or "How do you know about that?" Or like, "Oh, I didn't know that you." Just a lot of that. And when like in this group and depending on each other for survival,
Like
so there is no space,
you can't have any type of conflict. You can't say,
and you're
yeah.
staying in a haunted castle, there's no mental break.
God.
You gotta stick with the group. So
Ay, ay, ay.
but yeah, no, a lovely time of learning, but
Wow.
I think that's it for me for a while.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good, it was good.
Yeah.
I need to know about yours because you've been holding on to yours for, like, 2 weeks now.
1 week. Okay,
Okay, sorry. A little
it's okay, it's
hyperbole. Go
okay.
ahead.
Blah, 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 hyperbole on that. Okay, so, um, most of y'all know one more. I'm just kidding. We can edit that part out.
I'm glad I muted myself because the howl that I just let out, I just screamed
I had to
so
do it just for you.
loud. Ah!
I had to do it just for you. All right, I'm gonna start over.
That's so jarring. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like a Tom and Jerry scream. Yow! Please, God. I
Okay.
can't. Oh god.
All
Okay, I'm gonna
right.
mute myself again.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay. So mine, I a couple of years ago, I think when I turned 24, um, my mom and I actually both went and got our noses pierced.
That's
So
right.
mine has since come out. When I moved in 2020. Do you not know this?
Wait, it's not there, is it? Come here. Get close to the camera. Not me saying come here like you're in the room.
Faith, it's been
Are you
4 years.
serious?
It has been 4 years. It's not been in my nose.
Huh?
Yeah, it ripped out my nose like 2 weeks after I moved to Mobile. I was so mad.
How did I not know
I
this?
don't know. And so the entire time I had my nose pierced. I consistently had like that little bumpy thing that comes underneath that's like
Mhm,
supposed to go
mhm.
away. You know, it
It
never
never
did.
did.
It went away and then it came back and it went away. So I struggled with it the
Mm.
entire time. I feel like I was doing something. I think I was like, I think maybe my dog Stella hopped up on me at some point and I was trying to like shoo her away or something and I accidentally hit it
Mm.
and it like came out and I had to like put it back in or like I couldn't put it back. Like I was too scared to put it back
Oh,
in. So I took it out
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, you know what? I'm
I'm
good.
charging it.
I'm good. So I'm
Yo.
good. So I no longer have a piercing. I'm kind of mad. But I
Ah.
always wanted to try to get I always said I was gonna get a tattoo. I've had one designed for 4 years.
You gotta do it.
I know, I know. So okay, so something that I did that I actually enjoyed that kind of has to do with that is okay, Faith, I'm gonna send you a picture and then we
Oh,
can
okay.
put it in the thing.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. Oh, it's loading.
Okay, okay.
Can I play it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah! Wait a second. It's so cute. When did you do this? Wait, is that why you wanted to push it a week? I knew it. Not me saying I knew it when I obviously didn't. I hate when people do that.
So on Monday, I low key kind of like
Yeah.
spontaneously went in and was like, So I could put another picture in other than what I
Yeah.
gave you. but I got a tattoo, guys. It's
Oh my
right there. And it is a bear.
god.
It's a cute little bear because my son's initials are Bear. If you haven't
Mhm.
already noticed the picture of the bear in a bathtub back here, I think
Yeah.
behind me, he absolutely loves bath time. Like the kid loves water. Like bath
So
time is his
cute.
favorite
Come
thing.
on, swim team, let's go.
Yeah, we'll see. You need to teach me. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, so that's my little bear in the bathtub reminds me of my son.
Oh
And
my
so
god.
yeah. I like
So wait, did you research this place beforehand or did you
Of
just pull up?
course. No, 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 no. Because I knew different artists have different styles. So I wanted to
Mm.
find one that I knew wasn't gonna make it look too anime or too, you know what I mean? Like people have different strong suits.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
imagine
yeah,
a little like
facts. Like a little My Hero Academia head ass bear. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
I got you.
so I went there. I'ma send you this because wait, let me see. Yes, okay, I'll send you a picture. Um so yeah, so it was super cool. I felt like super late. I was
Yay!
like, "Yeah, I'm in here.
Like I'm cool
I'm
and I'm
so
doing it.
brave." Ah. So, yeah, I actually like, it didn't really hurt. It was
Yeah.
strange. I can, like, almost describe it as, like, a scratch. Like, you know, if somebody scratches you and they're, like, playing
Yeah.
around, you're like, "Okay," and then they scratch you again a little bit harder, and you're like, "Look."
And you're like, "Hey, hey, hey."
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt
Interesting.
like. And I literally just, like I smiled the entire time I was getting it because I had him in my head. And I was
Yeah.
just
Oh
like,
my
"I'm getting it for my little boop boop." And I literally just sat in the chair and, like, smiled the entire time I was getting it.
yes. Oh my god. That's sometimes I feel like no, when it cooks like that for years, you're just kinda like you kinda have to be a little bit spontaneous about it and just be like,
Yeah,
"You know, I'm just gonna do it.
I was gonna do
I'm
it.
just gonna do it."
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
okay,
god.
so look at the picture at the top that I sent you.
Yeah.
So that was where I got, the bear tattoo, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, Now I just sent you something else.
Okay. Well, bro! Oh my god! I'm sorry, audio listeners. What I'm looking at is another tattoo. What I'm looking at is the first tattoo is on the shoulder. The second tattoo is larger, geometric. I'm a North Carolinian, so is this dogwood?
Yes.
That's the dogwood on her inner forearm of her right hand.
Right.
Oh my god! Was this the same day,
That was a couple hours ago.
bruh? I feel so betrayed.
Do
You're
you
actively telling me right now, and I still feel betrayed. Could you
do
imagine?
you know how hard it was to keep the secret from you for a week?
It looks so good. So how did that one feel? Because it's like much more detailed,
That one
much
was worse.
bigger.
That one was
Okay,
worse.
noted, noted. She
That one was worse.
says,
That one was
consensus
that
worse.
one was worse. Um, yeah, but I was super my hand was I was sweaty in my
Bro,
hand.
I would have been the
I was
arms
clenching
there would
so
have been in my
hard. I was like, "I wonder if this feels worse because I'm clenching. Maybe I should just, like, relax." So I had her give me, like I was like, "Can I have that, like, paper towel over there?" And I just, like, held it in my hand because I was so
yeah.
sweaty in my right hand.
Yeah, yeah,
But we talked the whole time. I researched her as well.
yeah.
She's incredible with floral and geometric design.
Mhm.
And she was super sweet, only about 30 minutes away. The
Yeah.
place that got the bear is, like, 11 minutes up the road,
Oh, nice.
and they
Okay,
were
so if you want
great.
something else small, you have somebody nearby where it's like
Yeah,
a
they
okay.
were great. They were great. Super sweet. Yeah, they were super sweet. And so
Mm.
yeah, I finally that one on my arm is the one that I have had designed for 4
That's been
years.
cooking. Did you send it to the person who designed it for you? Because I know you knew the designer.
I did. So I haven't sent her to her yet, obviously, because I just got it done today.
Just got it.
Uh, but
She's probably like, "This girl never did this."
I'm gonna send her a picture and say like I finally did it. Yeah, so surprise. I
Oh
told
my god! Wait,
it
do
went
mom
from
and dad
0
know?
to 2. What'd you say?
Do mom
Mom
and dad
knows.
know?
I actually did, yeah, I told mom. Mom knows. I showed her because I was like, "I gotta tell somebody." So I told
Yeah,
her
yeah,
yesterday, and then I let her know, like, "I'm going in again tomorrow for another
yeah.
one." And she's like, "Ah," and I sent it to her, and she was like,
I know it
"That's
freaked her
so
out.
big." And she's scary.
You might as well have gotten a face tattoo, like go home like Post Malone. It's just like the same reaction, same energy.
Yeah, so she knows,
Wow.
and she was like, "I can't wait to see her reaction." She's like, she can't wait to see.
Oh, she will see it all right and hear it. Can I see it? Hold on. Where?
Yeah, so okay, so it still has the
Be
bandage on it.
careful though. I know it's fresh. You don't have.
Yeah.
I was about to say you need a bandage, but I'm used to the old school like Saran wrap.
Nah, bruh, it's just like a
They've escalated so much now.
yeah. Let me stand up.
Oh my god. What's the shower protocol?
Well, the bandage itself is waterproof. So
What a time to be alive. Wow. It looks so good.
thank you.
Oh my
I
god.
absolutely love it.
My husband's gonna
Absolutely
freak
love
out. He's going to freak.
it. I love it so
Oh
much.
my god. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I don't think you can donate blood anymore. I'm not sure. I think
So
it
I never
depends.
plan on doing it. No, no, just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, you be passing out
I'd be
though,
passing. Here's
so
the thing, yeah. So that's why mom was like, "Wait, you gotta wait. You and needles, hold on," which is why
yeah.
I
It's a
talked
different
about.
needle though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the whole, like, me being uncomfortable, like, doing something out of my comfort zone, it was
Oh
this
my
because
god.
I
And you had
can
to do it, bro. We plugged it last episode, so yeah, ain't no turning back.
I just, like, I hate getting my blood drawn, I will pass out. I've done it before. But
It's not funny, I'm sorry. But no, I'm laughing because me too. Go ahead.
couple times. But, like, I'm fine with shots. I'm not scared of shots.
Same. Yeah.
And
It's the needle
so
staying there. Yeah, it's like
yeah. So I just yeah, the fact that it's, like, in my body, like, I can't. So for me, getting a tattoo is just like a long shot. Like, it
yeah, yeah,
wasn't to
yeah,
me, it's
yeah.
not as scary as getting my blood drawn. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't
Wow.
know why.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I went from 0 to tattoo, 0 to tattoo,
0 to tattoo
tattoo,
in 30
the
seconds.
tattoo, in less than a week.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
god.
so I'll take the bandage off of this one tomorrow, and then this one comes off on Wednesday.
Already? Oh, it's not Tuesday. It's Friday.
Surprise. Well, where
Jesus.
am
It's
I?
been a week. It's been a week, y'all. Oh my
Well, it's
god.
like
That
5
is
days,
so
yeah.
good.
Thank you. I was
I'm
so
freaking out,
excited to
freaking out.
show you.
Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Well, maybe you'll get addicted. I heard that like once you get your first ones, like
I
it just
literally
keeps
have
going.
2 more that I wanna get.
Exactly. Like once you start, I heard it's like more so than piercings, you just gotta keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. There's one that I know for sure I wanna get. The other one I know
Yeah.
I want to get, but I don't know what I want the design to be yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of in between on that one. There's one I'm, like, sold on, but the
Yeah.
other one I'm like, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
wait on that one a little bit.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
guys.
I love it. One day
Surprise,
I'll get
fam.
there.
So yeah,
One
all
day.
that to say, one day, yeah, okay. Uh, hey,
I'm
you
so
go
scared.
fast.
I'm a piercing girly. I'm a piercing girly out of yeah.
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 So yeah, guys, all that to say, try to do something in your life in the next couple weeks. That's something that you usually wouldn't do or usually wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
try, and
Yeah.
who knows, you might end up enjoying it and liking it. So you
Yeah.
heard it here first, folks. West
Yeah.
Virginian tattoos.
Yeah. Haunted mansions and body art. Thank you.
Dimensions of body art. Racist figurines and Lithuania. Okay, yeah. A summary of our episode.
That's gonna be the title. Stop playing.
Ah. Oh Lord. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today for episode 12. Now we do have something we want to share. After today, March 31st, we've got 4 more episodes left until the end of season 1. Okay. So stay tuned. We're gonna keep you up to date. We'll have something kind of going on during the summer. So we won't be coming out with everything like every single week like we have been, but we just wanted to make sure y'all knew we got after today we
Yes.
got 4 episodes left to the end of the the season. All right. So
Countdown.
countdown begins now. So thank y'all for rocking with us. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to get out and get some sun, drink your water, learn something new, talk to somebody you don't think you would never talk to before. Because you might find a new friend. Okay. So we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.